Hi you guys, I'm going to be doing the weird tag or get your freak on tag. So let's get started. The first thing is, what is a nickname that only your family calls you? My sister has been calling me Eyeball since forever. And my siblings used to call me that for a little bit, but they haven't in a while. But usually she still calls me that, like when she texts me. What's a weird habit of yours? Don't really have a weird habit, but I do sleepwalk and I do things while I'm asleep, and it seems like I'm wide awake. So like I'll talk to people and I'll carry on like sort of conversations, or I'll get up and I'll do things, but like I'm totally asleep. Like my husband says that the other day I got up and I told him like, why are the lights on? You need to turn them off, because he was still up and I was asleep. And then he was like, sorry. And like, he was like, okay. And I was really angry and I went back to bed, but I totally don't remember that. And the next day when he told me, I felt so bad. And the thing is, that night that I went to sleep and he was still awake, it was still his birthday. But anyway, that's a whole different story. You guys might be like, why weren't you guys celebrating? Long story short, my husband doesn't like to have his birthday celebrated, and it's not for religious reasons or anything. He just doesn't like it, so we respect it here at this house. Okay, so what song do you secretly love to blast and belt out when you're alone? It's not really a secret, but I listen to music like on my iPhone, and I'll put it in my earphones. I don't blast it, but if I could, I would probably blast music like Gotta Live It Up. I don't remember who sings it, but I'll put a link in the information box to a video. What's one of your biggest pet peeves? Definitely negativity. I mean, everybody has negativity in their life, like, right? You know, we all have things that happen to us that we wish didn't, but I think people who don't know how to handle negativity, or who allow it to drown them, just really kind of gets on my nerves, especially when they come to me for advice and I try to give them the best advice that I possibly can, and then they do like the complete opposite, and then everything goes bad for them. And I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves. What is one of your nervous habits? I would definitely have to say that changing from like a smile to like a real serious face is one of the best ways that you can tell that I'm nervous. Like one time I remember we were flying, and it was my first time flying, and I was with my husband, and he was like all excited because we were going on our honeymoon, and I was just like real serious, and he was like, are you okay? Like, are you happy to be here? And I was like, yes, I'm just very, 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 very nervous. So I know a lot of people think I get like angry in certain situations, but it's not that. It's that I'm nervous. What side of the bed do you sleep on? I sleep on the side that's closest to the alarm clock, because my husband tends to hit the power button instead of the snooze button on the alarm clock, and it has made us late countless times. Also, like, I have to get up really early in the morning to go running, and sometimes when he turns it off and like I'm aware that he turned it off even though I woke up, like I can't, it's really hard for me to get out of bed. Whereas if I'm in charge of the alarm, like I can keep track of the time. Sorry about my dog barking. What was your first stuffed animal and its name? I don't think I ever had a stuffed animal, but I know that I had a doll that my parents really hated me having, because she was falling apart and she didn't have hair on one side. I don't remember what happened, but I think her hair fell out or something, and one of her eyes was messed up, and I know my parents didn't like me having her. So they tried to get rid of her, and I was crying for her and crying for her. I mean, my mom told me this story. And so they had to give her back to me, and they just said she was so ugly and scary. And she says that, my mom says that I named her Chimoltrufia. I must have heard that name somewhere and just thought it was cool. Yeah, Chimoltrufia. Let's see here. What's the drink you always order at Starbucks? I think I'm pretty typical. It's funny because I know a couple of people who have worked at Starbucks, and they can tell what a person will order based on the way that they look when they walk in. And before they order, they like, it's typical. And I remember one of them asked me like, "What do you order when you go?" And I said, "I order the iced caramel macchiato." And they were like, "Yep. You and a lot of girls like to order that one, like especially if like your hair is done and like your makeup's done, like you tend to order that one. And if you're like slim, you'll order like the skinny iced caramel macchiato. But I order mine either skinny or I'll order it regular with soy, and I get the tall size. What is a beauty rule that you preach but never actually practice? Well, I do practice it, but it's like rarely, which is going to bed on time and getting your beauty sleep. Which way do you face in the shower? Well, if I'm washing my hair, I let the water hit me from back here. If I'm washing my face, I'll turn around and I'll like wash my face. But I really do not like to have my eyes closed near the water for a long time. Like it really freaks me out. I always feel like when I close my eyes for a long time, like there's someone in the bathroom with me, so I'll like open my eyes, or like if I feel the water hitting my face for too long, I feel like I'm drowning. It's weird. Do you have any weird body skills? Oh yeah, I do. Here's one. That's weird. I have more. What's your favorite comfort food that's bad but you still eat it anyway? Chocolate, definitely. I love chocolate. What's a phrase or exclamation that you always say? Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I love it. Awesome. Time to sleep. What are you actually wearing? It's funny because when I come home from work, the first thing that I do, besides, everything else that everybody else does, is I'll go into my room and I'll put on like my loungewear. And it's usually like some yoga pants and like a t-shirt or something like that, and socks. And typically like I'll just fall asleep with that unless I go later on and I change into my pajamas. But yeah, usually just something comfortable. What did you used to wear that you thought was cool, but now you realize it wasn't that hot? I would have to say I was really excited in around the 8th grade to get a pair of tie-up patent leather loafers. They were just regular loafers made of black patent leather, and I used to wear those with white socks and like polka dots, and I thought that was like so cool. Okay, you guys, so if you saw this tag, or if you haven't watched it like with other people who are actually doing it, like a lot of popular YouTube gurus are doing it, I hope that you have time to do this one yourself. I would really love to hear your guys' answers. And yeah, post it as a video response here. I'm not tagging anyone in particular, but I tag all of you guys who want to answer them. And if you don't have a video camera, you can just do your answers here. I'll post the questions in the information box. Okay, you guys, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.